Hello, and welcome to Super Mario Words, where we talk about random Mario things and rank them.
We sure do.
I'm Sen.
And I'm Drew.
And so today we're going to be talking about Shy Guys.
Yes.
But before we do that, I do have to issue a correction from last episode.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. I mistakenly referred to Bowser Jr. as Baby Bowser.
Which is incorrect because they are separate entities.
Bowser Jr. is Bowser's baby, and
Yes.
Baby Bowser is Bowser
As a baby.
And I always mix them up because they're very similar.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
There's a generational difference.
yeah. Boomer versus Zoomer. God damn it! I hate those words.
Yeah.
Anyway, so also we've decided that it's more fun to rank things
Yes.
than rate them. So that's what we're going to be doing from now on.
Yes, our current rankings are Flood at the top, then Charge and Chuck, then the Mask Gate.
If you've been closely following how we've rated each one, then that should come as no surprise.
Indeed.
So we're gonna be contextualizing how good the Shy Guy is in comparison to all of these other things.
Yes.
By the time we're done, we should have ranked from best to worst every single article on the Super Mario Wiki.
Oh God.
We're not gonna do that. That would be awful. But
Oh Lord.
anyway, so we prepared some discussion questions for Shy Guy.
Ah, yes.
We're
not going to be asking them to Shy Guy. We're going to be asking each other.
Yes, we were not able to bring in Shy Guy for an interview.
Maybe next time.
Because he's not real.
Did
make it difficult.
Technically.
Yes. Okay.
Technically, are any of us real?
So Shy Guys were first introduced in Super Mario Brothers 2, which,
Yes.
as all you Mario heads know, takes place in Mario's dream.
Yes.
They are
subconscious of Subcon.
To quickly cover what they are. They are
Little men.
They're little guys. They're wearing robes, and they have these masks with two big eye holes and a little mouth hole.
Yeah.
We don't know what they look like underneath all of that. Also, they have big
floppy shoes.
What kind of shoes are those?
Like, I don't know.
We need to describe
Loafers,
them.
maybe?
They're
blue.
They're just regular shoes.
Yes.
Imagine regular shoes.
But with no, laces or anything.
No. They're slip-on shoes.
Yes.
Anyway, so the first question is, did these spring forth from Mario's memory of having seen these creatures before, or did they escape from Mario's subconscious dream world into reality?
Dun dun dun. Yes, because they're seen in so many other games since Super Mario 2.
They do become kind of a staple.
They are second to the Goombas and the Koopas.
Right. And so I think if the subconscious theory needs to hold, then it has to grapple with a pretty big obstacle, which is that we do see Shy Guys in Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
Where Mario is a baby.
Yes, it's a prequel featuring the aforementioned Baby Bowser.
I think it is the most prequel of every Mario game.
Yes.
Because it's hard to find one that's from before Mario was a baby.
Unless you subscribe to the theory that the Donkey Kong games are actually about Mario's grandfather.
Oh, I mean, I do.
Yeah.
It's about Donkey Kong's grandfather.
Yeah, it is. Canonically, in Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong's grandfather, Cranky Kong, is the one who was in those games.
And apes and humans age at the same rate.
Yeah.
I actually don't know, so I'm taking your word for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Mario would be so cruel to animals.
No, I agree. He's a nice boy.
Only soldiers of an enemy army, or maybe civilians. But look, we're not here to talk about Mario's war crimes.
Not this time.
Today. So what do you think? Do you subscribe to one theory or the other?
Well, when we were talking about this before, you did mention that the possibility is that the Shy Guys escaped from Mario's subconscious before Super Mario Brothers 2, as a baby. After all, if Mario can have this kind of dream that has wider repercussions on the world around him, as we're theorizing, then this isn't an ability that seems to have been engaged by any event around Super Mario Brothers 2. He may have always been like this.
Yeah, when did this happen that he just dreamed about the Mad Frog Man?
Sometime after Super Mario 1 and before Super Mario 3.
Well, I guess that kind of stands to reason. As we know, Nintendo games only ever happen in chronological order.
Unless otherwise specified, like Yoshi's Island.
Yeah. Or the Zelda games, and they specified the fuck out of that.
Oh, they did.
Not that it makes sense.
But they sure did specify.
They sure did. But we're not here to talk about that either today.
Not today.
So I think that I have a theory.
Yes.
Which reconciles these difficult and contradictory ideas.
Yes.
Which is that I think that Shy Guys are actually extra-dimensional soldiers.
Ooh.
So they might come from the dream world, or just from... They're outsiders with a capital O.
Oh, like in D&D.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's true that we never see what they look like underneath there. There are a couple of games where you, like, see legs, maybe, but...
Yeah, we have... Hold on. We have the article open here. Physical appearance. So, Luigi, potentially the only living human or sentient entity. Yeah. There are a lot of non-human entities in this universe. Maybe the only living person who has ever witnessed the face of one of these creatures, and was presumably allowed to live. Not necessarily the case all the time, I'd imagine.
Well, yeah. I mean, as far as we know, Luigi is still alive.
I mean, it's possible that he's dead.
Yes.
You know,
well,
like when the Beetle died, and there was the secrets about it. You had to listen to the records backwards to find out. So Luigi has been replaced with just a...
Waluigi, but with a different mustache.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a scene in, what was it, Mario Power Tennis?
Yes.
Where one of the Shy Guys trips and his mask falls off, and Luigi sees it, and he is shocked at the sight. So we can assume safely that there's something disturbing under the mask, but we don't know what.
Yeah.
So I think that that's probably the most likely explanation, because if they can appear in dreams, and they can impact the real world, I think that if it makes the most sense that they are in fact extra-dimensional soldiers. They are the Shoggoths of the Mario universe, except that they're adorable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, how do you know a Shoggoth isn't adorable?
Well, I mean, if you've played Arkham Horror, you do see pictures of them.
Well, that's fair.
Yes. We have drawn fan art of the unknowable a lot by now. So it's actually kind of fairly knowable.
Not all of it's safe for work either.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Getting back on topic.
The only thing truly unknown is what is under the Shy Guy's mask.
Yes.
Which is convenient, because it is our second discussion question.
Yes.
So what is under the mask? Yeah. And what is it? Because there's some evidence presented also in the wiki.
Yes.
That the Shy Guy's mask is actually their face.
Like, sometimes they can make facial expressions using it.
Mm-hmm. Not something you can usually do with the mask, unless, like, maybe you're Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man does that a lot, but, so he's a nerd, so it doesn't...
That is how that works, yes.
Yes.
So what do you think?
So that means all Shy Guys are nerds.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on this very important matter?
Yeah, well, I think it's entirely possible that the mask is just magic, or extra-dimensional weirdness, and that it can just be manipulated with the emotions of whatever's underneath. Possibly, it acts as an interface to communicate the strange and inhuman emotions of the Shy Guys to the flesh creatures around them.
So it's kind of like a Krang situation.
Exactly.
See,
I mean, it's possible the Shy Guys are floating brains.
maybe. See, my mind went to a much grosser place.
Oh God, okay.
Which I think would definitely shock Luigi. Is what if it's literally just their face, but it's not very well attached. So if it falls off, there's just like meat underneath. Oh, what a delight!
Yeah.
Let's say that's not what it is.
No,
that's disgusting.
Yeah, that doesn't feel very Mario-ish.
It's not. But neither is Super Mario Bros. 2 being an intense psychosexual drama. And we determined that was canon.
Yes, it's true.
Anyway.
That's 100% super canon.
Yeah. We are slowly becoming the authorities on all things Mario.
Yes.
By talking about the wiki articles.
Yes, definitely.
They're not Wikipedia articles. Wikipedia is not this interested in Mario enemies. So the idea that they are extra-dimensional soldiers controlling a facsimile of a human face in order to communicate with mortals who have corporeal shapes.
Yes.
Is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
See, there's something that has been troubling me about this idea that Luigi is shocked by the mask falling off.
Yes.
Which is that just kind of by logical deduction of looking at how they're shaped,
yeah,
you would kind of think that you wouldn't see them if the mask fell off. You'd probably just see the robe. Is it closed? It looks like it just goes all the way around their body. It doesn't look like there's a visible opening.
Oh man, that's possible. I mean, to be fair, maybe that's what shocked Luigi. If you were looking at something that seemed to have a face, and then it fell off, and it was just a blank sheet of fabric.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be fairly unsettling.
Yeah.
Well,
at the same time, not being,
It wouldn't surprise me to see that, because the way that they're drawn doesn't make it look like there is, like, there's a certain, like, texture and shape to, like, a head covering with an opening.
Yeah.
And it just looks like they're wearing, like, a bag.
Yeah.
They're just kind of wearing...
They're bag dudes.
Yeah. They're bag guys. So, I don't know. I mean, if they are extra-dimensional soldiers, I don't think that they need to see through the mask.
Yeah.
And I think that that's probably... I don't think that Luigi has seen the truth. He was just surprised that they're just kind of faceless under it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Luigi was not like his brain didn't explode when he witnessed their form, so I don't think he actually saw their true shape.
To be fair, Luigi's fairly solid when it comes to confronting the unknown. He fights ghosts and such all the time, so...
I mean, doing it a lot and being good at it are clearly different things.
I mean, clearly, but at the same time, he's the kind of person who is going to take the potentially sanity-destroying weirdness and just turn it into regular anxiety.
That's true. I mean, I guess Luigi is not, less scared of most things.
Yeah. Luigi is as scared of horrifying afterlife apparitions as he is of just some guy who's kind of mean to him.
Yeah. Except Waluigi.
I mean...
Luigi is not afraid.
No. That's because Luigi understands the true nature of Waluigi and is repelled by it.
That's true. This is officially an unraveled crossover. If we could get Brian David Gilbert on our podcast, I would die.
God.
That would be the best.
Yeah.
I'm declaring that our goal.
Yes.
We are
gonna
get big enough that Brian David Gilbert... The McElroys did this with Trolls 2. You can just say a thing will happen. Brian David Gilbert will be on our podcast.
And we will be in Trolls 2.
Yeah, sure.
No, it's already come out, I guess.
Maybe
the remastered version.
So the mask is a horrifying animatronic.
Yes.
Which is a worse way of saying a robot face.
Yes.
But I like that, so I'm sticking with it. Let's move on to our next discussion question. Which I feel like we've gone a good way to answering already.
Yeah.
What sort of creature are they, and what is underneath these robes.
Now, I did want to mention something, actually, something else that's on the wiki page when we're talking about them as non-flesh creatures, because there is one thing that implies they're fleshy, and that is the zombie guy. There is a Shy Guy that turns into a zombie.
Now, here's an important question. Do we know for sure that it is a zombie of a Shy Guy, or is it a zombie that is wearing a Shy Guy's clothes?
Ooh, that is a very good question.
Because I have not seen these guys in context before. I don't think I've played the game.
I don't even know which game it is.
It's from one of the new Yoshi ones, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that we can consider this the same kind of thing. We don't even know the mechanism by which it has become zombified.
Yes, that is true. And it's entirely possible that it's just a regular zombie who found an empty Shy Guy robe and put it on.
Yes.
Which is itself disturbing in a different way.
Yeah. They could potentially be extra-dimensional soldiers who manifest as horrible flesh monstrosities.
That is true.
In which case, maybe they could be zombies. I don't know.
Or maybe a zombie guy is what happens when a extra-dimensional being improperly possesses its vessel.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Kind of like... I can't think of an equivalent example. Nope.
Kind of like a comparison.
Yeah. My mind immediately went to like The Fly, but I'm like, that's not quite the same
No, it's
thing.
not quite the same, but it's yeah, like
Well, we can't just sit here in silence trying to think of something.
I mean, we could, but that would not be entertaining for our beloved listeners.
No. So what other ideas do we have of what kind of thing? I think that there's also the possibility that they're just kind of empty inside, and they're just kind of animated.
Puppet-like.
Have we ever witnessed a Shy Guy on death just kind of deflate? Because
I don't think so.
That seems very plausible to me, that if you destroy their animating force, they just kind of deflate.
I mean, to be fair, this is Mario, so a lot of the time, death involves just flying off the screen.
That's true. Nothing in these games have ever actually died.
Yeah.
Except that one time when we saw live on camera Bowser fucking skeletonized in lava.
That is true.
Which, every time I think about the fact that they put that in a Mario game, my brain explodes. In a game for children.
Shy Guy.
In a game for children, you witness a living, sentient being fall into a lava pit, and as he's struggling to climb out of the burning magma, his flesh is melted off into a skeleton. You don't see the flesh melting, but you do see the skeleton. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I know this has nothing to do with Shy Guys, but I can't not talk about that. It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
I can't... I'm pretty sure I first saw this, like, over a decade ago, and it's still... Every time I think about it, it's as fresh in my mind as the moment I first witnessed it.
Oh, Lord. Which game is that again?
I think that's New Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, that makes sense.
For the DS.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have horrible flesh monstrosity. We have their empty inside.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that ghosts are real.
Yes.
That's canon. And for once, actually canon and not pretend canon.
Yes, lots of the games have ghosts in them.
They could just be, like, spirits of some kind.
That's true.
And
in fact, I believe in one of the Luigi's Mansion games, you do fight ghost Shy Guys.
I mean, the games are evasive about whether ghosts are the spirits of dead beings. I think that they deny it. I feel like that is something they've denied, because I guess it's kind of a weird context to ask children to grapple with the concept of death.
Yes.
But anyway.
And the afterlife.
Whether or not you believe
and being jumped on by Mario in the afterlife.
That, I mean, surely that's hell for some.
And heaven for others.
Good Christ. Anyway.
Yes.
So, I mean, for all we know, boos, if they aren't the spirits of dead things, could themselves be extra-dimensional soldiers.
Oh, that's true.
We don't really know why they serve Bowser. I guess they're just kind of, they're just guys.
Yeah.
They're just a species like anything else, I suppose.
Which segues well into our next question.
Yes. What is Shyguy Culture like? And why don't they have any loyalties?
Yeah, because they aren't just Bowser's minions. They also work for a lot of other enemies.
Yeah.
Some of whom are themselves opposed to Bowser.
Yeah, the wiki does go out of its way to point out that Shy Guys don't really maintain any particular allegiance.
Yeah, and in fact, there are a couple kinds of Shy Guys who actually help you, like the white Shy Guys in Yoshi's Story.
That's true. Although there are, I mean, depending on which games you're playing, there are characters of other various species who help you.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially in like Paper Mario and stuff.
Yeah, the spin-offs go out of their way more to portray enemy species as more independent beings.
Yeah. Some of which just work for Bowser.
Yeah, but there's clearly like cultural overlap.
Yeah.
A lot of Goombas serve Bowser. I believe Goombas were originally supposed to be like traders to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
But that didn't really make sense, and I think that every game after the first one just kind of ignored that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, why would turning on the Mushroom Kingdom turn you into a small, brown, angry fang creature?
Original Sin?
Okay.
Anyway,
So, yeah, and it seems like if we're going by like some of the spin-off games where we see Shy Guys fleshed out more,
yes.
they just kind of seem to cause mischief.
Yeah.
In Paper Mario, they live in a toy box.
Oh, yes.
They're just kind of in this toy box. I guess they do serve Bowser in that case, kind of. But it also kind of seems like they're mostly doing their own thing.
Yeah, and which fits with the idea that they are not inherently of this world and its systems.
Yeah, I figure that they are probably all of their actions are in service to their Dark Master, who is unknown to us.
I mean,
a being who is never manifested in this world, and whose goals are unknown.
The shyest guy of all.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I think that's a pretty sensible explanation.
I mean, it's possible that they're just some dorks who decide that this dimension is a fun place to play.
They're just chaos beings.
Yeah, basically.
Well, is there anything that we can pull that would give us any insight into whether either of these is more probable? Because I think I like the idea that of the Shy Guys in service to a Dark Master.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but because they do show up in so many games under so many, in service of so many different things. To be fair, they do have a tendency to serve some kind of Dark Master.
They do serve multiple Dark Masters.
Yeah, you have I think Smithy from the Super Mario RPG. You have Fawful from the Paper Mario games.
Yeah, they do attempt to serve two masters.
Yes,
both God and money.
I mean, hell, we first see them serving warts.
Yeah. Who the fuck is that guy? He's just a mad toad guy that Mario dreamed about.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, and even in Mario's dreams, they are in this role.
And they can be picked up and thrown at people.
Which they don't even seem to mind.
It's true, unless they hit someone and then they fall off the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a good point. If they're part of some greater plan, it's kind of a little hard to imagine what it would be.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. I keep thinking back. I can't help but think back to the ones with in the weird racist costumes.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're dressed up in the grass skirts and the painted masks and what is that all about? Nintendo? What's that for?
Come on, Nintendo, can we talk? Can we
I think that they just don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't understand human cultures, which I guess makes sense because they're mostly not human cultures in Mario World.
Yeah, they oh man, But I feel like the Shy Guys are possibly kind of like children, you know?
Do you think that, like, Deadpool-esque Shy Guys being extra-dimensional soldiers can see into the real world?
Oh, man.
Not the reality show, but the reality.
The reality show?
Yeah, the real world.
Oh. Why?
Because
It's not the 90s anymore.
I don't know when that was running.
Oh, God. I feel old. Anyway. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
I guess why did they come to this world anyway?
Yes.
What is it about the Mario world that leads them to come here in such
The
large
Super Mario world.
Yeah, it is pretty super. And I think that there's got to be something about, maybe they just like, I don't know, maybe they're just natural followers, and that's why they do the bidding of.
I think probably. I think probably without somebody to follow, they would be kind of aimless.
Yeah, I mean, they do kind of a lot of the time seem kind of aimless.
Yeah. Maybe
they're extra dimensional travelers because their home dimension was destroyed.
Ooh.
And so, but they're untethered from the corporeal realm, so they had to flee. They're all weird looking extra dimensional Supermans.
Just like in Final Fantasy, the Spirits Within.
I don't know anything about the plot.
That's okay.
That game.
But there's like 2 people out there who are gonna really love that reference.
I'll take your word for it.
But yeah, that makes sense.
So okay, so we've got, so they're scattered to this dimension.
Yes.
Because their home dimension was destroyed.
Yes.
And that's why they are all over the place and just kind of doing whatever.
Yeah.
But if you did see what they look like under the robe, you would die.
Probably.
We can't determine for sure. However, I think we can say safely that you couldn't really kill them.
No.
Whatever is under there is not their true form.
No.
And so let's move on to our next discussion question, because I think we've kind of figured out
the true nature of Shy Guy.
The true nature of Shy Guy, which kind of comprises the 4 questions, is kind of getting at the nature of these beings.
Yes.
What is the meaning of the robe colors now?
Yeah, because Shy Guys come in so many different colors.
Yes. Is it cultural? Is it biological in some way? Like, does it say something about what they are?
And as we've discerned, they are not, in fact, biological.
Well, that's true. It seems likely to me that the robes are part of some kind of complex caste system. Like, you definitely have specific ones, like you have the anti guys from Paper Mario, where they wear black robes and they are very powerful and dangerous.
And similarly, the black Shy Guys in Yoshi's Story are extra deadly to you.
What do they do? It's been a while.
I think they, like, take extra off your happiness meter.
That is just a thing you have in that game, huh?
It is. Yoshi's Story is an extremely adorable game.
It's true.
And, yeah.
Let's see. Do we have anything in the wiki article about the colors specifically?
I don't think so. I was looking through it, and I thought at first that there was more specified meaning to the colors, but then it turns out that they don't have any consistent meaning other than, like, the black ones are more powerful.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't have any consistent meaning we know of.
That's true.
Like, this one is a pastry chef.
Yeah.
And he has a white one. It seems like most of them have red, but there are...
Yeah, red is the most common. In one game, there are gold and silver ones that are invincible, but when you knock off the coating, it turns out they're red underneath.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So maybe they're trying to act above their station.
Ooh, yeah.
And that may be punished in their arcane society.
Oh, possibly.
And you also have enemies that are kind of adjacent to Shy Guys, like Sniffets,
Oh yeah.
which are basically Shy Guys, but they have guns for noses.
Yeah.
And I believe those are all like maybe black or dark blue, maybe.
Yeah.
But they have a distinct color, so there's clearly some kind of ranking going on, I think.
Yeah, and notably, the Sniffets also appear from Super Mario 2.
Yes, that's true. There's a big mask theme
Yes.
in there for reasons we won't go into, but there is a reason.
Oh God. What if all the masked beings from Super Mario 2 are actually versions of this extra-dimensional being?
I think we would have to really go through in detail.
I feel like we should come back to this in the episode on Phanto.
Phanto is a very deadly being.
Yes.
But that's not...
There's nothing but a mask.
But that's not what we're about today.
Yeah, no, not today.
So, okay, so they
not
have...
today, Satan.
So clearly, you can see how, despite the fact that their homeworld was destroyed, that they did bring the elements of the old world hierarchy with them.
Yes.
Establishing who is on top and who is not. I feel like, unlike a lot of our past episodes, there's a lot of mysteries here.
Yeah, we still haven't plumbed the depths.
There are a lot
of the Shy Guy.
There are a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
I mean, there are obviously extra-dimensional travelers.
I mean, I think that's inarguable.
It is quite obvious, I think.
And canon.
And I think that when you really get right down to it, that they have their own ways that are unknown.
Yes.
And they may have some dark goals, but probably not.
Yeah.
I think they're just a bunch of weird doofuses.
Yeah,
Who, if you ever saw their faces, that you would die.
Yes.
I think that's probably good.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we'll have to revisit this topic.
Yeah.
Maybe we will be able to narrow in the future, because we do know that there are several subtypes who probably are also extra-dimensional travelers.
That's true. In the future, we could do more episodes on specific types of Shy Guy.
Because it seems like these have been a part of the world here for a long time.
Yeah.
So given how big of a role they play in the Mario World society, there is kind of a sort of a fusion of two worlds in this society. I think there's a lot that you could go into there. But I think that with that, we could go on to the ranking.
Yes. Shy Guys. I think Shy Guys are a reliable presence in the franchise.
They do have a very appealing, simple design.
They do.
That I think does a lot for it. On the other hand, I feel like they don't have a lot that sticks out about them.
That's true.
They, aside from being extra-dimensional travelers, they are kind of fairly straightforward, pretty vanilla enemies. And I think that I would probably place them maybe between Charge and Chuck and the Mask Gate.
Interesting.
I feel like they would probably go either above or below Charge and Chuck, because I think that Flood is good, and the Mask Gate is fine, but a very situational type of creature. And I
feel like Charge and Chuck is more situational than the Shy Guys.
I guess the problem with Shy Guys is I feel like there's a little bit too much broadness in just the whole of them.
That's true.
I mean, they do,
and
I do like them a lot.
Yeah.
But as we have kind of really tried to get at the core of them, it kind of feels like there's not a lot that we really know. They are kind of somewhat generic when you really get right down to it.
And besides, we do... Okay, then between Charge and Chuck and the Mask Gate.
I think that's
and that
fair.
gives us a lot of room to put specific ones higher than that.
Yeah. I feel like that's fairly reasonable.
Okay.
And we're gonna have to eventually do something to share the official rankings with everyone. We don't have really a means to do that right now. But right now we have, so it's Flood, Charge and Chuck,
The Shy Guys.
Shy Guy, and
And
the
then
mask guy.
Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the rankings as they stand today. We're definitely. It's hard to say how that's going to shake out. We need to fill out the rankings some before we can really get a feel for kind of the tiers.
Yeah.
But we do kind of have a general feel for. I mean, the Mask Gate was kind of the middling, I guess.
A little above middling, at least.
A little above. There's probably not going to be a lot of things in Mario we're going to say are bad.
Yeah, that's true. So even the lower ones are going to be generally things that we don't have a problem with.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's our episode.
Yeah.
I guess we will end it off here.
Sounds good.
And we will see you next time.
See you later, Mario heads.
Bye bye.
Mm-hmm.